the lights go down, and pretty much anything is possible. I just love that experience of sort of thinking like, how's this going to unfold? And plus, you know, real life can be stressful and tough, and it's really nice to have that distraction or that sort of to be taken away.
Like many of us, Michael Fisher loves going to see a movie. But for him, the magic isn't just on the screen, but all around in the theater. After growing up going to shows at the Roxy in Saskatoon, he became fascinated with older movie houses. And while the Roxy has been preserved after being shut down for a time, in general, these types of theaters have become harder and harder to find.
I started to do a bit of research and discovered that the very first place a movie was shown in North America was in Montreal, at a place called the Robillard Building, and it had recently burned down, like just in November. And so I thought, man, I sucks that I'll never be able to see that.
Fisher has set out to create a film that not only looks at atmospheric theaters like the Roxy, but also talks about the changing nature of the movie-going experience since those early days.
It's gone from a very sort of a more formal thing, ushers in uniforms and highly trained. People expected more now to sort of the multiplexes, which I still love, but it's a very different experience, right? So I'm kind of excited to tackle that as well, to how it's changed and evolved.
He is still in the early stages of production of the documentary, but already has a title, inspired by the initial reaction of the crowd when the first film ever to play in North America was screened at that theater in Montreal.
That first movie shown was just a 1-minute clip of a train pulling into a station, and people were blown away. Quotes like, "Nothing in my life is ever going to be the same after watching a train pull in."
Fisher is financing arrival of a train in part through a GoFundMe page that will help cover filming expenses and, appropriately, travel by rail to different theaters across the country. But he's also putting his own assets up, shifting his focus from one passion to another, and selling off part of his impressive comic-related collection.
As you get older, your priorities shift a little bit, and I thought, well, I want more adventure. I want more experiences than I do collecting stuff, especially when it's just sitting in boxes. So I thought, why not finance it a bit that way? Give myself a bit more breathing room and just sell some of that stuff in order to go and have an adventure.
Fisher is planning on shooting this spring and having a premiere party at the Roxy in June. In Saskatoon, I'm Simon Hyatt reporting.